Okay, guys, so step two is we're going to go through some small customizations and then how we create scenarios and forecasts and the various ways of doing that within the platform. So, yes, once you are on, you can see obviously you've got your cash flow here. You've got these graphs down here as well showing you sort of inflows, outflows by month, your cash flow forecast by closing balance by month. You've got your chatbot here. Before we start using the chatbot functionality, what you can do is like an Excel file, you can like a pivot table, you can click into these, drill in, drill out, and you can see you've got two sections here in your cash flow statement. So to edit what sits in there, you go to categories, and this is here what you can review your categories as well. This is everything that you've pulled in, set up in your Zero. So we've pulled in your Zero chart of accounts. Now, if you feel like you don't want them, and in the cash flow here, it's a bit long, and you want to tidy it up a bit, just so you can see the ones that you commonly use. You can delete out categories. So, if you want to get rid of that, you can do. If you don't use it, you can just remove it and it will be removed. So this cleans up your cash flow statement for you. And then if you feel like some things are sat in the wrong place, i.e. you want to move something from operating to non-operating, you can do that. So you can go here. You can also change the short names as well. So if you wish, you could change the VAT allocated to that category. We are updating the VAT calculations behind it, so don't worry about this too much. And to just make it a little bit playful, you can edit the icon. You've got a set of icons here. You've got colors as well, just to make it a lot nicer, customizable for you and how you want to see things. Yes, so right now you can see that financial activities I've got non-operating, but I can put it into my operating as well. So I'd like to keep that separate because financial activities for me is not my day-to-day. And if I go to cash flow then, non-operating, you can see that is sat there. And even in non-operating outflows, I've got this depreciation expense. But yes, you can move categories around. You can edit the names, delete the ones that you don't want to tidy up your cash flow statement to make it a lot more personable. Next thing, you can see all your customers and suppliers that you've ever had that have come here. And if you want to create new forecasts and for a new customer supplier, one way of doing that is you can add the supplier name here. So then when you are assigning it cost and revenues, it'll appear in the drop-down list when you need it later on, which I'll show you. You can see your customers there, users. This is where you can add new users. So if you've got 3 or 4 people in your business that you want to add to the platform, you can do that. All you do is create a user, set them up with a username, which is your email, first name, last name, and a password, and then share it with them, and then they've got their own login details. Bank accounts, as I mentioned, bank account, it gets pulled in automatically from Xero or QuickBooks, but if you are doing it manually up until open banking comes in, you can create new bank accounts. If you've got 3 or 4 and you want to assign transactions to different ones, you can create new bank accounts. All you need to do is the name, currency, what is the current balance, and that is as of today. And then you can assign transactions to it for historic data. Then if for example, if you feel like current balance is not correct, it should be something else, you can hit the sync button and it'll automatically sync. And it also and if you sync it here, it'll pick up the last transaction date. Mine is connected to my Xero, and this was my balance. My last reconciled transaction in Xero was on the 31st of May, so mine is correct. Yeah, guys, and then to view all the transactions that have come in, you can play around with it, filter it, see how it looks, the values, which customer supply. You can do it alphabetically. Very playful, very easy to use, very easy to manage. You can see obviously then a list of all your customers and how much you've been paying, or suppliers and how much you pay them. Even things like this to make sure that everything's assigned correctly. Like for example, I've assigned Canva to advertising and marketing, and most of my Xero, when I'm reconciling them. But this one I've put in subscriptions. So I can edit that here, and I can change that to match the rest of them to advertising and marketing. And then you can apply this to all expenses, or you can say it's just for that one, and then it sorts that out for me. So yeah, this is just a little bit of how you can play around with Flocast to make it more personable for you and your business, and some little features before now. In the next video, where I'll go into actually the more powerful features and what you're actually all here for, and that is the forecasting, the scenario creation, and how that works.